Hey everybody, how you doing today? Mm, mm, mm. Hope everybody's okay. Hope everybody's doing fine. I definitely like to thank everybody, who sent out the birthday wishes to me. Today was my birthday, as well as Red Alert's birthday as well. Red Alert is considered a real senior citizen. Red Alert is like a genuine senior citizen. So let me just try to get this stuff together here. I hope everybody enjoyed the Turkey Day. I'm trying to get my phone together. Trying to get everything here together on Instagram, but I'm on Facebook. Wow. So, what's up, the real songstress? How you doing? Let me see. Is this how it works? No, that's not how it works. I'm on this page here. And how come it's not showing up? Then I'm live. So, what did everybody do? Did you go shopping today? Any Black Friday shopping? Anything out the norm that anybody do today? Let me know. What up, something fresh? Brother Vansilk rocking his personalized Chuck D. Let me make this Public Enemy shirt. State of the Union. Said Van, don't go crazy. Don't make too many. So if you want to order some of the Public Enemy T-shirt, just let me know. How do I know on my page? Oh, there I go. There I go. Right here. Okay, so today's topic is going to be protecting our legacy in hip hop. Don't have to excuse me if I be scratching or whatever because they changed my chemotherapy and actually made my skin darker. My hands getting black on the inside, and I'm just doing it the best I can to survive this disease. And my topic today is going to be protecting the legacy of hip hop. The first 25 years is very important. If anybody have any comments or want to ask any questions or want to join in, just let me know. But my whole thing is if we don't protect the 25 years now, it's never going to be protected because generation will change, and we will have people that won't know anything about what happened in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And a lot of the groups that came into hip hop, even in the 90s, like Snoop and all of them, even up to Diplomat, the Locks and them, they at least have some kind of accordance or some kind of understanding about the culture of hip hop and its meaning. But a lot of the groups today that was born in the 90s, and you talk about the babies, all these young kids, they don't know nothing about the culture of hip hop. The Sweeties and Megan Thee Stallion, they wouldn't have a clue. They just use the word hip hop. Everybody uses the word hip hop, but they're not really a part of the hip hop culture. As far as our culture, they part of the record industry, but I can't say, oh, you part of hip hop, because if you were to give them a essay or a question like, could you explain, because I feel if you're going to be into something, at least know the roots. At least know the basic roots of something. A lot of people feel that they can just take the narrative and do what they want with it. And call it what they want and change it and do, and then we don't have no say-so. I mean, if you just look at everything right now, and I think it's totally unfair. Hold on a second. I think it's totally unfair that a lot of websites, They don't talk to a lot of the artists from the 80s and 90s. I mean, there's still artists that still need to be doing interviews. I think, why should they be separated? I mean, KRS-One, Kumo D, Rakim, Dougie Fresh, Big Daddy Kane, Nice and Smooth, Slick Rick, Chava, all these groups still consistently work. Why can't they not be mentioned on a daily basis? Like, why can't they get the interview? But they just say gotta be on like the Drink Champs or DJ for Live, and basically they're not even trying to even have interviews about what they're doing. Everything's gotta be about, like, you have to be street certified. What did you do in the streets? No, everything is just negative today. It's nothing about music. You know, I sit up here and I watch a lot of these podcasts, and it's like shock value. That's why a lot of people get a lot of views. It's about the shock value, the thing that you could say. You know, it's about, you know, I looked at when Young Dolph, I'm on YouTube. Everybody now it's a newscaster. You know, you got to sit up here for 40 minutes for somebody to explain something to you that you could say in 5 minutes. And it's just sad how the negativity wins. It's just sad how our young black men have took something that we created and not understand how can you be about the community but putting out negative vibes. It's like they took all that away from us. They took the voices away. They took the Melly Mel's that used to preach and Chuck D's and KRS-One and, you know, Black Thought and X-Clan and Parrish and oh man, there was so many MCs that were just giving it to you, you know, Lakim Shabazz, Wise Intelligent, giving you knowledge. And they didn't want that. We don't want to educate. We want to exterminate. So that these records don't work. But the bang bang, shoot 'em up, bitch, bitch, ho, ho. That's what we need. You can't say Jew, but you can say nigga. And they fall for it. Because they give you some money. They loan you the money and you don't even know what they're doing, or how much they're spending, or how much they made. You just go by what they said. As long as they could feed you more than you had when you came in, doesn't matter. You're not going to check their books at the record companies and all that. Now they got the whole digital game. You don't know the numbers. Like, who made up the numbers for YouTube and, you know, streaming numbers? Who made those numbers up, or how you get paid? You know what I'm saying? How does somebody have 300 million views? Like, come on. Are they just, every time you click is a view? Because you barely have 300 million people that vote on both sides. But we got to protect everything from 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. We got to protect everything up until the first record. All that got to be ironclad. Archive, data hold, pictures. Everybody has, the important people have to speak before they're no longer here. We done lost a lot of people, so they can't even speak. Then we got to go from 79 to 89, or even 79 to 85. Because a lot of groups from 79 to 85 were part of the groups, the majority, some, not all, were part of before records. Then you got 85 to 98, 13 years. You know, with the LLs and Shantays and everybody else started coming in that still have respect for the first generation, who understood the elements of hip-hop, who were part of everything that was going on in our community. Because there was a culture at that point. It was a community. It's not a community. It's not a cultural one. It's a worldwide community. It's all over the world. But we got to protect it. I mean, let's be honest. If you want to go from first record to 85, what about groups that had records in California? Or just anybody who might have made a record that might not even have made an impact, but somebody made a record. So how do we protect the legacy of hip hop or records or everything? I mean, even if your record was whack, even was corny, it's still something that was recorded. How do we protect that? And that's my question, and that's my point. You know, like, people don't understand that it's very important that we protect everything regarding the culture of hip hop. When you go and look at the flyers and the pictures and the recording contracts, I mean, you got a lot of people that sit up here and they just got their imaginary stories. But if we don't protect the first 25 years, that 25 years is going to be totally wiped out. That's why it's important that everybody get involved with the Universal Hip Hop Museum, because we're trying to protect everything. Not just what happened in the Bronx, but everything in accordance to what hip hop is about. You know, the equipment that was used, which is like, it's vintage. You know, the 8-track and the quarter-inch reel machines and all that stuff is vintage stuff. They don't, I mean, some studios still might use it, but then it's not used, the equipment. The drum machines and the pianos and the keyboards. I mean, if you got a Rhodes keyboard, you know, then you got a Rhodes. If you have an SP12 or SP1200, or you got the Techniques turntables, the different ones, or even if you got a BSR turntable, you know, all that stuff. All that stuff is vintage. All that stuff played a key part in hip hop and making the music and the DJs and the equipment and the speakers and the birthers and the bass bottoms and all that stuff. The mixes, the different mixes, from GLI to, and I'm not even a DJ. I'm trying to remember all the names, but just all the different mixes that was used in the first 25 years. Just think about it. Think about the graffiti artists, you know, that helped influence or was part of hip hop. I mean, we lost Phase 2 last year, but you had a whole lot of graffiti artists. You had a whole lot of artists. I mean, you had State High 149, Super Cool 223. I mean, it's just a lot of people that might not have been part of hip hop, but they played a role or they knew somebody. Phase 2 made my flyers. He was part of hip hop. He made records, you know. When you go and look at some of the people that was early Black Spades, or if you go and look at even the original B-Boys, I mean, before Sha Rock and Flash and Scorpio and Melly Mel and a lot of them, Pow Wow, they were B-Boys and B-Girls before they was even an MC. Thank you so much on my birthday, thank you. And what I'm trying to say is, if we don't protect the first 25 years, you know, if I'm 64, Red Alert just made official 65 today. Like, Red Alert is an official senior citizen, you know? And hold on a second, let's get here. And like I said, I'm from the Bronx, but I'm not going to live just like only the Bronx. You got Harlem. You know, as things change, you know, you had Mount Vernon, where Mark Collins came from with the Collins brothers. You had Yonkers. You know, you had Jersey City. You know, you had Philly. Eventually you had Atlantic City. We already had the 5 boroughs. Thank you, Gary Thomas. And salute to the Skinny Boys out of Connecticut. And I want people to understand, you know, like, you know, I want you to help me with the Hip Hop 50. I forgot to put this in here. Let me see if I can still help support the Cash App. I'm on your Hip Hop 50 documentary, which is in 2 years, but you know, ain't nobody's coming to the table. I mean, I'm working on other stuff, but you know, it's, if you take their money, they're gonna want you to do it their way, and then it don't become your project no more. And then you'll be adding in stuff that you know is corny, and you gotta fight, for what you do. If you don't fight for what you do, I just put up a pen, help support the Hip Hop 50 documentary. I have the t-shirts as well, which is $30. The gold t-shirts that I be wearing. Hold on a second. Let me go and grab the t-shirt. I have the different Hip Hop 50 t-shirts, like this one here. I have numerous colors. These are my favorite ones here I wear. This one here. Hold on. Can you see it? So basically, I want to raise money so we can do our own documentaries. I've been telling people that, if you want the shirt, it's $30. I'd include the shipping. It all helps because, I'm involved with another TV show, but they still want to implement their idea. If I want to do a Hip Hop 50 documentary, I'm going to have to do at least 5 1-hour or 2-hour series, meaning that I would have to go from 73 to 79, 79 to 83, 79 every 5 years, 85 to 90, 90 to 95. And then people don't understand, you have to break up the years. It's just like when they ask the question in hip-hop, name your top MCs, top 10 MCs. You cannot do that. It's unfair. That's why I say we got to secure our 25 years, first 25 years in hip-hop. Because you can't, like, what will a young kid in their 20s know about Grandmaster Caz, Kumo D, Melly Mel, and all these MCs, Spoonie G? Well, they wouldn't know. So it's not fair to be doing name the top 10 MCs list. You got to do it by generations. If you want to do the top 10 MCs before records, then go ahead. Then if you want to do from 79 to 89, gotta be a fair assessment of 20. And 89 to 99, then that's it. Because after that, they're not really MCs. They're rappers. For anybody want to join in, request to join. I don't want to be sitting here talking about myself on my birthday now. I could be laying in the bed watching the Flintstones cartoons on YouTube. But what I'm just trying to say is we don't protect. If we don't protect it, we're going to lose everything. They're not going to know who a Sugar Hill Gang is. They're not going to know who a Grandmaster. They're not going to know who a Funky Four is. They're not going to know who a Treacherous Three. They're not going to know nothing. You can't take. When I respect Ice Cube because he comes in the 90 era, and Melly Mel is in his top 5. But you can't go and ask. And though you can't get mad at these kids. You can't go and ask Soulja Boy that shit. You can't even ask a lot of the 90s rappers, Jadakiss and them, that, because they're going to go to the 80s. They're going to go to what popped off in the 80s for them, because they was a little too young to know about the Kumo D. The only thing they're going to know is about, Kumo D battle LL on record, Kumo D battle Busy Bee. But they don't really know the magnificent stuff that we've done. When I'm hearing DJ Khaled talking about, yo, I came into hip-hop through the mud. No, you didn't. No. We came through the mud. We had our hands. And no disrespect to Khaled. But, brother, I'm explaining something to you. You ain't come through no mud when it came to this hip-hop. We came through the mud. We were the one that had our hands in the ground. We were the one plugging shit up to the light pole. We were the one walking around with record crates. We were the one that was being put down talking about, oh, you with that hibbity bibbity bop crap and all that stuff. We were the ones doing $2 parties in the PAL. We were the ones that didn't even know what the hell we was doing. We was articulating a culture. From the DJ scratching to the MCs breaking it down to the scratch, performing, rehearsing to the breakbeat. to the yes, yes, yo, and to the beat show, and you don't stop in that body rock, and the on and on, to a DJ cutting it back and forth. And there's been a lot of mistakes in the beginning. So don't talk about you was in the mud. We was in Vietnam when we started this hip hop. That was our Vietnam. Talk about you was in the mud. But you sitting in a mansion. But everybody that's in the mud in the beginning of hip hop is not in the mansion. I can tell you that right now. Don't take advantage of what, because that's like trying to mark us out the book. Don't take advantage of what was given to you on a silver platter. Because if you was around during our time, you wouldn't survive because you're not a good DJ. You're okay DJ. You couldn't even beat the worst DJ. And all that yelling you do, that's Kid Capri. That's Ron G. That's SNS. That's them. I ain't got nothing against you. But we're going to protect our 25. When it comes to the females, got to protect them. Can't take it away. Shaw Rock was in the mud, getting all dirty with the fellas. She was MCing before a lot of the fellas. A lot of y'all don't even know that. I can name a lot of dudes she was MCing before. They even got on the mic. Y'all got to give her that same respect that y'all give Kool Herc, or Melly Mel, or any of them dudes. Bam, Herc and them. She's right there because she was the only female. And I don't want to hear nobody coming up with some other bullshit. Don't come with that shit because you still haven't shown proof yet. Every dude, every male in this game said Shaw Rock. So we just need to nip that in the bud, put it to bed. How Arnold Schwarzenegger say it? Whatever that shit he say is the Terminator. But I'm just trying to say. You had the Mercedes ladies. Never had a record. There's always going to be somebody trying to come up with something. And ain't got no proof. They live it in their head. Bambaataa had Bambaataa, but she was in Bronx River. You know, then you had Lisa Lee. She was with Cosmic Force. You know, and you still had Missy D. You still had other females that was doing things, but it was just doing. Then you had, later on, you had Wanda D and Debbie D. You know, then things changed. When the Shantays and the Salt and Peppers came in the game. And you still had Lady B, who had a record out from Philly. You still had Paulette Winley and Annette Winley on Winley Records, even though they wasn't no MCs. I forgot in Pebbley Pool. Thank you. But they made a record. And you had Little Lee that was down with AJ. God bless her soul, she's dead. AJ had a crew for a couple flyers with Kenny G and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Little Lee. But then you had Kimber that was down with the Infinity MCs with DST. And all. But my point is, play a role, play a position. I only became a promoter in hip-hop in 81. I've been around hip-hop since with me and AJ. I was an AJ handout or flyer, handing out flyers for AJ, because I was doing something else, but I wanted to get to be a promoter. I was handing out flyers for AJ from 78, 79, and 80. Then I decided I wanted to do my own party. And he hooked me up with the Cold Crush Brothers. Was it Cold Crush? It was something that I did. A galactic flyer that Phase 2 made, which I hated, but it's classic. I think AD from the Cold Crush Brother posted the flyer the other day. And actually on Monday, 7 p.m. here, I'm interviewing Easy AD from the Cold Crush Brothers. And I will also be interviewing other people along the road from Freedom Williams. I'm reaching out to everybody in hip-hop that deserves to have a conversation. Let's talk. Reggie Red from the Crash Crew, I'm going to talk to, those who, I'm going to reach out to. MC Shan, I'm going to talk to, Big Daddy Kane. I'm going to talk to Mr. Glow. I'm going to talk to King's Son. I mix it up. I'm going to talk to those behind the scenes. Because there are a lot of people behind the scenes that made things happen. But if we don't protect the 25 years, we all going to be sitting on the outside looking in. We already outside looking in now because a lot of us, well, I'll put it to you this way. If you became business in this business, then you'll be involved in a lot of things. a lot of the first generation is basically disappearing. You know, we done lost Lubbock Starsky. We done lost AJ. Disco King Mario's gone. Okay, we lost Wiz Kid. Okay, and I'm saying first generation part, second generation. We had some of the, you know, Junebug is gone. You know, Mr. Magic is gone. 3/4 of the Harlem, 3/4 of the Harlem World crew gone. Cool D, Daryl, Randy, the group in my projects. That's what I'm saying. Gone. They're gone. Gal C, gone. Kid Delight, Boogie Boys, gone. Scott LaRock, gone. Mr. Freeze, Jazzy 5, gone. I think Ice from the Jazzy 5, gone. The brother from, what's his name, the DJ from the Vansilk, gone. And we're not even talking about the artists that's not even in our generation. You know, like Craig Mack, Biggie, Tupac. We're not even talking about that. We got Cowboy gone. Mandango from the Fever gone. I mean, some of the Black Spades gone. We just lost from the Black Spades, Michael Wayne, gone. There's no turn around. You can't get this information no more once you gone. Chuck D, like, want to work on my book. Van, once anything happened to you, taking a whole lot with you. So that's why I make these videos. My videos are part of my book. I own the rights to this. It's like you can get all my videos and you can make a book for my grandkids. But the part I'm trying to say is AJ is gone. AJ can't tell no story. I could tell the stories of Lubbock or who've been around Lubbock. You can't tell Dada Rock's story. Only his crew could tell Dada Rock's story. And I knew Dada Rock since she was a little kid because we used to go to Kingdom Hall together. And my mother and his mother, Miss Mason, was tight. Family. But I'm just trying to say, gone. Because if we don't protect hip-hop, each group need to protect their own legacy. I got to keep telling y'all this and you're not listening to me. Ralph McDaniels have coming on in December, Mass Appeal, which is Nas' company. They got a video music box special, okay? But Ralph McDaniels still got to raise money to digitize his video that's analog. It costs money to digitize that stuff. It ain't like, oh, he's sitting on millions of dollars. No, because we came to a generation where it was totally different. So how do we protect Ralph McDaniels, who owns all the rights to all the video music box? You got to just listen to our legacy. Johnson & Johnson magazine, Johnson publication that had Ebony magazine, they sold all the rights to the photos and everything they had. Who bought it? When you look at Death Row Records, who bought the catalog? Ralph McDaniels should never be in a position to ever lose the footage and everything done on Video Music Box. But MTV owns everything from Your TV Rap. They own all that. Ralph McDaniels and the Vid Kid, that's theirs. That's something that we got in our possession. We need to help support. But see, a lot of the first generation is not even on Video Music Box. So y'all be like, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. No, if you want to talk about you doing it for the culture, then do it for the culture. Okay? Do it for the culture. I was in New York 2 weeks ago at the Revolution of Hip Hop in the Bronx. Hip Hop Fundamental and myself, we did something there. And I'm involved with Museum Deep. But I invited people that I haven't seen in years, people from behind the scenes. I stayed in a hotel on 149th Street, and I was bad-mouthing the hotel. It was the most beautiful hotel I stayed in, okay? And they paid for it. And the whole point was I was in my old neighborhood. St. Anne's, 149th Street, Brook Avenue, 3rd Avenue, John Adams, St. Mary's, all that, okay? And Patterson, where I was born. And I haven't been walking, I haven't walked the streets in the Bronx like that since the 90s. Okay, 97. I got to 6:30 in the morning, took a walk. My whole point is that we don't preserve our legacy. Right now, I could tell you, Mercedes ladies are getting their website together. And they're getting their information together. So that's the Mercedes ladies. Now you can go and get the Mercedes ladies information. You can't go to Google if you don't know anything about them. And what if YouTube, not YouTube, what if Facebook want to act funny? And you can't access your page. Like, I still got a Rappamania page. All I got to do is go in there and update everything and just move things around. But my whole thing is that y'all walking around here, there should be one group member that said, you know what? Let me go and just buy the domain name if it's available. Let me go and get somebody to make a web page. Now, for the members that don't want to donate to it, they don't own part of it. If you want to copyright the group name, then so be it. Then everybody got to pay a share. I know when Lily from SWV went and copyrighted the SWV name, she let Coco and Taj know. Okay? But you can't sit up here and think that you being on Facebook, posting this shit, it's going to help you. It's like I even got to take a piece of my own self. When I do Facebook Live, I got to make sure that I got somebody to save it for me. Or it's in the cloud or whatever. Instagram, YouTube. You got to make sure you double back to save it. Photos, pictures, all that shit. So when I go look at all your artists that's complaining, but ain't none of y'all got a website. Like Cold Crush Brothers should have a website. Grand with the Theater on the Fantastic Five, whether they together or not, somebody should be like, yo, we need a website. There should be, okay, even if you got Grand with the Theater on the Fantastic Five website, there should be a part where there's the L Brothers in there. Cool Cow should have a website. Fantasy 3, Silver Fox and them should have a website. I mean, you all should have a website. Because if you leave it up to me, if I decide to build a mega website and build a page of each one of you on that website, it's going to be a wrap. Because if I see the names available, we're going to purchase the name as well. Then y'all going to be mad and tight. I'm giving you information now because there's going to be somebody else that's going to go ahead and do it. And you need to be smart about your business. If right now ABC TV or TV One call one of y'all up and want to do something about y'all, let's say they want, I'm not going to call no group out. I'll just take one of the groups. And they're going to say, well, how can we check out your information? Where can we go? You ain't got no place to go. Now, I don't know if record companies still invest in websites for a lot of these groups. I don't know. Let me see if Soulja Boy got a website. Let me just check. Let me just check thebaby.com and see if that exists. Because these artists are so popular today, I don't even think the record companies even thinking about even owning those domains and rights no more. But we got to think smart. We're not in their category in what they do. These kids are making money in a different way than us. We're not in their category. We got to work triple hard, double hard, because we're called the golden era. Okay, meaning that you're 55, 60 AARP card and all that. And then only if you had a mega hit, your record would be known, not so much of you being known. When you look at Kaz and Sha Rock hosting on Rock the Bells, it gives them a new avenue to do things. When you look at Shantae and Cool V on Rock the Bell, that's a whole new avenue, a whole new plug. Now you got Scorpio coming in January with an international hip-hop show on Rock the Bells. It gives him an avenue to the international market as well. And you got Chuck Chill Out market. Red Alert's on the radio in New York still respected as a DJ. He's not doing what Funk Flex do, it's a different time slot, but he's still on the radio. He's not doing what Envy and Charlamagne the God and Angela Yee do because they're morning show. But he's on the radio. K Slate's been on the radio, Shade 45 every Wednesday, the last 13, 14 years, and he's still on Hot 97. And he's doing the 200 MCs, and he got the What's the Science magazine, he got Straight Something magazine, and he's still putting out albums. So K Slate got about 8 jobs, and he got his merchandise on t-shirts. So he got 8 jobs. And he's more current and more current, but K Slate came up in the late 70s, like he was a graffiti artist, Dennis. So if he can have 8 jobs, why can't you have 8 jobs to make something happen? Why can't you have 5? Okay, if you got a merchandise t-shirt, cool. Do you have a website? Because he got a website. No website, no sales. None of y'all don't even know how to get on video. And you should learn, just like how I do. Try to get yourself presentable and talk to the people. That's what I told Shaw Rock. She started doing it on Facebook 2 years ago. Talk to the people. Nobody want to see you just post some shit. I talk to the people. Yes, I got to get up early in the morning. I got to do the best I can with the cancer and all the stuff that I got to do. I got to make sure the lighting is cool, because sometimes the lighting be crazy and you can really see my skin is really bad. And I'm really, really have a complex about my skin. But what I'm trying to say is, again, y'all all are at fault for your own destiny. You got all you old school, I don't like to use the term old school, you have all you DJs out here. Why can't all your DJs be on one website? Just come up with a name and everybody can have a page of where they can go and check out a DJ. And that on that DJ's page is his information, how to link up with him, how to buy his t-shirt and everything, but you pay for that page. It don't have to be 2 pages. It could be 1 page. A lot of y'all, you could give a little summary here, boom. It could be 15 of y'all DJs on one website. Just like a coalition. White Flash, Billy Bush, Jazzy G, Kevin Rockwell, all of y'all could be on one website. And then you know how many hits you'll get? Just by people going to your page, but you're going to have to pay somebody to keep your page updated. If you say, even if it's $40 a month, yo, if Kevin Kev just did something like, yo, I need you to load this up on my page. Okay? If you just did an event, load this up on my page. Go to my page. You know, everybody will have, you can have one website, but everybody's link going to be different to that website. Don't let me have to do it. Because y'all think website costs $2,000, $3,000 with exploding names. I mean, nobody care about all that. How you going to preserve your legacy? There's thousands of DJs that's been around. Can't look at Grandmaster Flash. Flash work in all the countries. Flash is on a whole different level. Just in what he do. He's been doing it for years. Flash been in countries and names we can't even pronounce. And he play world music. He don't play no hip-hop. Hip-hop like this. He play world music. Africa Islam. Moved to Germany. He's Mr. X. He's not Africa Islam on the road. He's Mr. X. I talk to Islam. Yo, I'm in Asia. I'm in Singapore. I'm here. I'm there. Playing in front of 15, 20,000 people. Mr. X, EDM music. Some of your DJs right here need to learn how to play EDM music and get your asses out of the United States when stuff clear up with COVID or whatever the hell, or Maricon or whatever they call it now. See, they'll take a person that ain't a DJ, you get the CDRs or whatever they call them, and they got them in the computer. Scott Dixon from the Kardashians, Scott, whatever her husband's name was playing in Vegas, getting 15, 20 grand just to spin record, or one of the Hiltons was getting $25,000 DJ. She's not even a real DJ. See, y'all guys gotta understand music. It ain't always gotta be about hip hop and jigga jigga jigga. It ain't gotta be about that. It gotta be about you knowing music, EDM, knowing, getting to the African music, getting into merengue, getting into Latin, so whatever. You got to expand your horizon so you can play in just not one selection. When y'all see DJ, I'm a hip-hop DJ. So that means you can just play only one shit. So you ain't never going to get no work. If you ain't got an EDM selection, man, that means you got to really spend time to reinvent your skills. Because that shit that you play, the Tony Park and all that shit don't get you no money outside, nowhere. Nobody's booking nobody and giving nobody $5,000 and $10,000 to do something that a DJ in their own city can do that's been around a long time. They don't care about the name shit because they're DJs right there in their own city. They're going to support their DJ unless you are a superstar DJ with a big name. Y'all get mad at D-Nice. D-Nice play A-list parties. D-Nice ain't got, wasn't he in the Barclay with Mary J. Blige the other day? He played for the A-listers. Michelle Obama's and Oprah Winfrey's and Ellen DeGeneres and all those type people, D Nice, Magic Johnson. Biz Markie had that audience at one time. So he ain't got to be jiggy, or he can't cut. He play music. How hard is it? So we got to protect our legacy. I keep trying to tell you. You got to protect your own legacy. I got to protect my legacy. You damn nail showing up better protect yours. When I'm sitting here talking to y'all, some of y'all look at my posts and y'all just be trolling. You want to hate. And then a lot of y'all be fine like, yo, I didn't know you was coming to New York. Well, if you'd look at the post or look at the video, you would have known. No, how come you ain't tell me? Oh, so now I'm supposed to pick up the phone and call everybody imaginary in my mind. I got over 1,000 phone numbers in my phone. I'm supposed to pick up the phone and just call everybody if I don't talk to you every day. Right? Why you think we call it social network? It's called networking. I don't click on nobody's posts and just click on it. I don't click like just to be clicking like. When you make a post, I'm going to read what you post. I'm gonna look at your video because you be making a video talking about fuck Vansilk, and I'm over here liking it. And I'm going to catch some of y'all keep liking videos and not paying attention, and I'm going to be talking about you, and you're going to be liking it. Because because you're selfish. That's why when it comes to the first generation, those who made an impact is not going to lose. Those who made a minimal impact, y'all need to work the hardest. I'm telling you this. You need to be working 10 times to protect your legacy. Just sit down and write out how you got started until when things ended. That's it. Cause you ain't made no records since '82, and you ain't did nothing but just been around lingering like a hobo. Then your impact and you ain't do nothing. All them little shows don't count. What have you done impactful? And I call my own self a hobo, so don't take it personal. Kumo D, I was part of the Treacherous 3. Spooty G, the Treacherous 3. And after the Treacherous 3 legacy stopped, Kumo D as Kumo D. So he has a legacy. He put out a book. He ain't never stopped working. Big Daddy Kane. How many movies he's been in? Been in Playboy. He did this. He did that. So, from him not making hit records no more, he went on. What did LL do? From records to TV show, hosting Grammys, this and this and that. It's called building a resume. I don't want to hear no shit that you hosted some kind of award. No. All that's cool. And I don't want to hear about, the Bronx Borough president gave me a award. I got a whole box full of them shits, man. I could just go and put people's name on them, man. Them shits is like free cheese. Unless Ruben Diaz gave it to me or whatever. I got a box of them shit sitting. Shit's like free cheese. People just know them and they just go, but I need awards for all these people. They just go and give it to them. Like, get the fuck out of here with that weak ass shit. Protect your legacy. Now, I'm going to tell y'all. I like my collections. I'm definitely a collector when it comes to these dudes. I'm still a big kid. What I'm trying to say is, here these, even a black G.I. Joe from Five Below, $5. But what I'm trying to say is, March, it's going to be the 49th anniversary gathering that I'm going to put together. It's going to be a 3-day weekend, a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I know Sunday we want to do a church thing, spiritually. I know I'm talking about having certain Rapamania proclamations because we have our own proclamations. I don't want nobody proclamations from no politician. I want something from us, by us. Friday probably going to be a gathering. Go out to eat. Bring your own money. And I'm talking with Ralph McDaniels to do something at the Queens Library. He think in January they're going to open it back up because everything they've been doing has been by Zoom. And they're going to do probably something at the Universal Revolution of Hip Hop in support. And then Sunday. Then I want to do a photo op Everybody come nicely dressed so we can get great photos of you. You know what I'm saying? June is going to be something big that I can't discuss, but it's going to be mega for hip hop. And it's basically going to be those within the first 25 years that's going to be involved, that's going to show up and show out. So we're putting that together, and it's going to happen probably the first week in June, because Chirac Day is June 4th. So I was telling Chirac that we're probably going to do that on Sunday, June 5th, which he said, good, that'd be great. So there's a lot of things that we all need to understand and manifest. I really want people to understand, hey, you got your group together and you need some professional photos, then you'll need to take them. Get your shit shaved up. Get your clothes together. I'm going to be adamant about that. Unless you got some sweatsuit that's riding you right, come with that corny, you'll get something new to wear. We got to preserve our legacy. We got to look good. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm 64. I tried my best. Okay? Well, I'm 63. I don't know how old I am. 63 or whatever. I tried my best. All I'm just telling y'all, we all got to do better. We all got to set out for it in the print. So all I'm asking you, I'm not asking y'all to do nothing else. Groom your shit. Groom yourself. Let's be adults in what we do. If you have an idea, yo, you can hit me up. I just want people to understand, like, yo, I'm here for y'all. Let me see who's out here might want to tip the bandit. But I'm not sitting here to try and throw nobody underneath the train track or throw them underneath the... All I want us to look good. I want us to be recognized. I want us to understand that we got 25 years to protect. That means going up to West Coast acts that came out in the 90s. That means Jim Jones, Cameron, Drew Santana, Freaky Zeke, all those kids and the locks and the DJs. Like, yo, dude, there's a lot. Y'all should be knowing a lot of those kids. It should just be about all of us. It should be a mixture. Follow them on their Instagram. Send a message. Hey, this is so-and-so, hip-hop legend, pioneer, you know. Salute, keep up the good work. Man, stop thinking that they need to come and kiss y'all ass, because they don't. They don't. Back in 96, when I had my mixtape store, DJ Envy, Who Kid, Chubby Chub, Action Pack, Showtime, JMO Ice, DJ Supreme, Craig G, Ron G, SNS, K Slay, all those DJs, man. Oh my God, DJ Capone, all those DJs used to come to my store and break mixtape. I seen all those DJs on the come up. All of them. I used to push their mixtapes, man. Seriously. Cool Kid was only 16 years old. Hard P was selling Bad Boy mixtapes. Bad Boy was putting out their own mixtapes. Seriously. Clue. Come on, yo. You don't even want to know all the DJs on the come up. Who Kid, who's 50 Cent DJ, Envy. Capone is Rob Bass DJ. Like, y'all don't even know. White Flash out in Connecticut had his own store. We selling my mixtapes. I got his mixtapes. He'll tell you. All the DJs out in Atlantic City, DJ Cliff and all of them, Big Rob and all of them. They'll tell you. I had a thing called Universal Wax DJs, or whatever it was called. You know, these different DJs was down. I supported the DJs. You know, and the whole thing is, K Slay was having everybody come over to his crib on First Avenue. Doing freestyles. Or Wendy Williams going over there. Kevin Bring Me Wendy, host Wendy Williams mixtape. Like I said before, AZ came introducing to K Slay. Alpo got mad and called K Slay. Y'all can hear the video on YouTube why Alpo was sitting right there, K Slay right there. On First Avenue, second floor. Called from jail. Yo, why you let that motherfucker talk? Yo, Melly Mel had Cass all introduced him to K Slay. K Slay had just came home. So not only was K Slay making his tape, he was making his man's tape. And this man would just come and talk on it. And me and K were doing a whole mix CD. We were doing everything. Everybody was getting shit from us. We were the bootleg, we had mixtapes. The original Spinnerella was DJ Priest. You had DJ Lady K, that was making tapes. It was getting them exclusives. You got the exclusive. You had it first. Just like the original Spinnerella, that whole Biggie Tupac, hit them up. We had that shit first. We made that tape. I got my man Reggie and them that used to make all the covers for the mixtape. We had that shit done, and we went to all the stores, had that shit. She made that tape. I like, yo, you make that tape tonight. You make that tape tonight. We putting this shit out. I need that master. Let's get on the telex. We'll have the cover tomorrow. With the Harlem Music Hut in every store, put the mixtapes out. The original Spinnerella used to spend, when we was together for 11 years, she would spend 7-8 hours making a fucking tape, yo. Perfected her tape. DJ Priest, making hot tapes. Her and K Slay had a blend tape. We put out Hollywood and Lubbock Starsky, old school shit. Everybody was making CDs, man. We started pressing the CDs up. It was a whole game. It was a business. With all those DJs, man. Then you had the Smack DVDs and the Don Diva DVDs and all the other the DVDs came out. Then the Beef DVDs came out. Then DJ Drama came and all the DJs came, man, from Atlanta. That's hip hop. We got to protect that 25 years because the mixtape game started in the late 90s. I'm talking about with the fly covers, with the playlist. I ain't talking about the one with the early ones with Kid Capri, them had it in Hollywood. They had the date 5/28 or 6/28, but you didn't have no playlist. The only playlist was in the record store, Rock and Rob in the record store on 124th Street, 7th Avenue. You look in the book, and that was it. Or the old tapes that Hollywood made. Or Kid Capri was making $100 tapes or $50 tapes. Flash was making tapes. But when the game changed to the covers, Reggie and them from Queens was making them shit. They worked the Kinkos and made them with the nice covers and shit. The game changed, and I was part of it. And I enjoyed all the new DJs that was coming up in the game because they was kids. Even Tap Money out in Philly. Cash Money. Come on, man. They were all kids. Making mixtapes. Cosmic Kev. Flex didn't even make a lot of tapes. I'm talking about mixtapes. And the mixtape game changed. It wasn't even, some DJs blend. Some DJs did the R&B, Ty Boogie and all of them. And then some DJs just played a record. Clue didn't really do no blends. Clue just made a tape. And all he had to do was Clue. Official. Yo. Then you had all the reggae DJs making tapes. Calcutta, DJ Culture, all of them. That was a lovely game. But I'm just trying to say, we still got to protect the 25 years of hip-hop. How y'all want to do it is up to you. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, if you don't understand what I'm trying to tell y'all, then you're going to be left out and complaining. So no need to be left out. It's for you to get up off your ass and stop being on Facebook and social media and get your shit together. And if you got it together, you can hit me up. Because the museum, if you think that the museum is going to know about all of y'all who didn't make an impact, and you was on a lot of flyers in your neighborhood, and you might have been on some flyers with the Funky Four, you might have been on some flyers with Bambaataa, you might have been on some flyers with Cold Crushing them, and you did, but you was just still in your hood, your information need to be provided. So stop thinking that you are known worldwide. You're only known in your neighborhood. And I keep trying to tell y'all, and y'all like, why you coming on us like that? I'm not coming on you. If you only known in your neighborhood, you only known in your neighborhood. Like, what the fuck? It's just like you was the biggest drug dealer in your block, but you ain't never became known. So you want to be mad because you ain't Nicky Barnes or you wasn't Guy Fisher or none of these dudes. But you want to play, but you want to be known. You didn't do nothing to be known. Like, come on. Like my man Dr. Dust. I love Dr. Dust. Great example. Notebook Projects. He ain't made it big. Like, you know, Dr. Dust from Millbrook. Or you know, Rockin' Rob from Patterson, Mount Haven. They ain't make no records. They wasn't on no major hit records. They was never on the TV show. They don't have no Grammy. They don't have no music awards. So how do you want them to be known worldwide? African Islam is known worldwide because he produced Ice-T. Not because he's DJing. Because he produced Colors, Ice-T albums, and African Islam's in the videos. Not to say he's a slouch DJ, but if Ice-T ever goes in the Grammy, Islam gonna be right there because all those records are Islam records. So I'm gonna continue this conversation because I didn't plug this iPad up. But just think about the 25 years of hip hop and your brother Vansilk. I'm gonna go and take my medicine and talk to you tomorrow. Peace out.